One of the biggest fears that people with scoliosis have that an exercise might make their pain or even their curve worse. So in this video today, I will show you how to interpret pain during or after exercise, what different types of pain can mean, and how to decide whether it's time to stop, to make an adjustment, or simply give your body a little bit more time to adjust in the exercise. So one of the biggest misconceptions is that pain means that you injured yourself, and that is simply not true. Pain is simply a signal of your brain for you to kind of pay attention. It does not mean that damage has been done, that damage might be even about to be done, even though that sometimes can be the case. So it could be a warning signal, but there are different reasons of why your brain might have decided in this moment to give you pain. And I am sure you can even think of some situations in the past maybe where you were in a lot of pain, and it might have simply just been you stabbing your toe on something, but nothing actually happened and there wasn't any damage at all. And pain isn't actually the enemy here. It's just a way of your brain giving you some information. So much better to start being curious about this. So we try to ask ourselves a few more questions rather than asking yourself, is this bad? Should I stop? Let's be curious and let's investigate a little bit more about this specific type of pain that you are feeling right now. And maybe you don't even call it pain. Maybe you've got other ways of describing this. Maybe it's a little bit more of an ache. Maybe it's more of a kind of strong stretch. Where exactly do you feel this pain? Is it kind of sharp and localized? Can you pinpoint with your finger where it is exactly? Or is it kind of more of a wider location, that where you would put your hand and say this is kind of in this region rather than one specific point? Also, what you want to ask yourself is the pain actually, or sensation, let's call it sensation, is it getting more or stronger as I continue with that pose or exercise, or is it starting to get a little bit less? So all of this is giving us information, and absolutely kind of less concerning is if it's kind of a wider area that is affected, where it seems to be a little bit more muscular, of more stretching sensations, and also kind of discomfort that starts to settle as soon as you start to kind of relax a little bit more into the exercise or pose, as you start to breathe a little bit more, and as your body gets used to it. So kind of a red flag where we definitely want to change something about the way that we are doing things is sharp and localized pain, and especially around a major joint. So knee, hip, shoulder, these are kind of the areas that you want to look after. Also, if you're feeling that the sensations are just becoming stronger as you go on, they're becoming more uncomfortable, and it doesn't improve even if you make some small adjustments, that's definitely a sign this is not right for us right now. So if you're finding that the pain kind of comes back in sort of the same area and you have a feeling that it might be posture related, then make sure to download my free posture check-in, which just helps you get a little bit more familiar with your specific scoliosis pattern. So we've already determined the red flags. So let's talk about the things where we definitely want to stop. This will be sharp pain. It will be symptoms that are actually getting worse rather than better. It's any kind of loss of control where you cannot control the movement, and you will just get a feeling that this is wrong. So these are kind of the signs where you're going to say, I'm not going to do this, I'm going to skip this one out, and I'm going to join you again for the next one. So if you're feeling that the symptoms are a little bit more, oh, I'm not quite sure, I don't think I need to completely stop, but something needs to change. The first thing we do is we reduce the range. So we just kind of do a little bit less of the pose or the exercise. It's still the thing that the teacher's asking you to do. it's just a little bit less of it. And that might already make all the difference. So this is usually the first thing I ask people to do. Can we make this a little bit smaller? If you're doing a little bit more of a dynamic exercise, so this might be more kind of in the gym or Pilates or whatever movement that you're making right now, can you slow down a little bit and can you use your breath a little bit more? And in yoga, we also love using props. And this is just really, really great way to just create a little bit more support for your body and just making that pose a little bit more comfortable in your body. So what I absolutely wouldn't suggest is to, at any point, just to keep going. I think even if it is fine, it's good to be curious. It's good to assess those sensations. And sometimes you might decide you are going to keep going, but you're going to watch a little bit more, like, how am I breathing? Am I actually doing this right? So it's just kind of being a little bit more attentive. And then you might find that things are just starting to become a little bit easier and a little bit more fluid after a while. And we also want to keep the bigger picture in mind, because we don't want to start judging just one exercise in isolation. So always notice, obviously, in the exercise, that's fairly easy to then make a decision. Always notice how you're feeling afterwards as well, and feeling the next day. And it might not always be one specific exercise that was the culprit. Maybe it was an accumulation of all the things that you've done. Maybe it was this thing that you did before the exercises for 5-6 hours. Maybe you were sitting for long periods of time and then all of the sudden you got onto your yoga mat. So we always have to kind of keep that bigger picture in mind and not be too quick to judge. And let's remember as well that sometimes movement, exercise, yoga practice kind of highlights what already is present in your body. So it might just be kind of exposing some of the weaknesses that you might have had all along rather than causing the problem. And I think that is a really good thing, because then you can actually do something about it. And every sensation actually teaches you something about how your body responds, and over time you will learn how to make some better decisions for yourself. So when you feel sensations, don't panic. Start to ask yourself a few questions. Get curious. Observe what you're actually feeling. Decide whether to stop, modify, or keep going, and learn from how your body responds after the exercise. So now that you've got a better way of interpreting pain, the next step is knowing what to do with that information. Because adapting an exercise doesn't mean giving up on it. And quite often, all you need is a small change to make all the difference for that specific movement. So in the next video that is on your screen right now, I will show you how you actually adapt some of the common yoga poses with scoliosis. And most importantly, I'll explain why those small changes make such a big difference.